Donald Trump, who says if he is elected president, he will pursue an investigation of Hillary Clinton for her alleged mishandling of classified information when she was Secretary of State. The FBI is already looking into whether Clinton's use of an unsecured private computer for her State Department emails compromised security. Trump spoke with our John Dickerson.
What for you exactly is she guilty of?
She is guilty of the server. She is guilty of, you look at confidential information. I mean, all of the information that probably has gotten out all over the world. And then, you know what, she's also guilty of stupidity and bad judgment.
But that's not, if that were criminal, we'd all be in jail.
No, I'm not even saying that part is criminal, but she's certainly guilty of that. In terms of this country, she is guilty of having just bad, how could she do a thing like this?
But what do you get, what gets him to jail, though? What's the difference here between rhetoric and law? What
the lawyers are saying is what she did in terms of national security. They have very strict rules and regulations. She's broken all of them.
So the classification
issue. All of them. Of course it is. I mean, she's broken so much. But she's so, you know, if you look at this from the standpoint of why did she do it, judgment, the word judgment. This isn't criminal judgment. You make bad judgment, although actually under those rules and regulations, judgment is even criminal. You know, you're not supposed to do it. If you make a mistake, they don't take that into account. Why would a person, and how can a person with this kind of judgment become the president of the United States? Now, think of this. We're in a cyber world. This is a cyber world. This is a very complex, we're in a world like we've never been in before. If we're in a cyber world, and she can't even handle her emails, how can she be president?
And after the interview, Trump continued that theme on the campaign trail, calling Clinton weak, a liar, and a thief.
Weijia Jiang is in our Washington bureau with more on that and Clinton's own attacks. Weijia, good morning.
Good morning, Vanita. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are crisscrossing California ahead of the state's primary on Tuesday. And yeah, it seems like the subject of every stump speech is the same, each other.
She doesn't have what it takes.
Donald Trump is not qualified to be president and commander-in-chief.
Dramatically different candidates with nearly identical attacks.
Hillary Clinton is a weak person. Hillary Clinton is totally scripted. Hillary Clinton is a thief.
Because if he gets anywhere near the White House, you know what he's going to do. He's going to Trump you.
Likely Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton is capitalizing on Donald Trump's off-the-cuff comments, including those about the ethnicity of the federal judge in the class action lawsuit against Trump University.
A man who was appointed on his merits, a man born in Indiana, which last time I checked was part of America.
Just one day after House Speaker Paul Ryan tepidly endorsed his party's nominee, he echoed Clinton's concerns about Trump's tone.
He clearly says and does things I don't agree with, and I've had to speak up on time to time when that has occurred, and I'll continue to do that if that's necessary. I hope it's not.
But Trump insists he can win over the minority groups he has alienated and those who typically fall to the left.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest?
Campaigning in the blue state of California, Trump can afford to focus on the general election, while Clinton,
because I want to finish really strong in California,
has yet to clinch the Democratic nomination.
She can't close the deal. She can't close it.
By Clinton's side, and often a boost of support among voters, her husband and former President Bill.
I had a front row seat to my husband's 8 years, which worked out pretty well for our country, I think.
But Trump is using the couple's complicated past against them.
She's always got problems. Whitewater, impeachment, lies. He didn't have sex with that woman. 2 months later, he's going,
President Obama, who has largely stayed away from commenting publicly on the 2016 race, spoke at a fundraiser last night and called on anti-Trump protesters who incited violence at a Trump rally earlier this week to not slip into the, quote, bad habits of the other party. Anthony?
Jiang in Washington. Thanks, Weijia. And tomorrow morning on Face the Nation here on CBS, you can see more of John Dickerson's interview with Donald Trump.